This is Zaxter99. Welcome to my new novel, which I call A New Life for Lucas. This is Chapter 6. This is a book made specially for YouTube, and will be read aloud so that both young children and adults as well can listen and enjoy it while doing other things, such as cleaning the house, or maybe eating a snack together. You can read it yourself by simply muting the YouTube volume control. You can skip to a new page of each chapter at any time by simply moving to the next minute of the video. You can also slow this video book down if you need more time by pausing the video to catch up or reread a portion of the book if needed. A New Life for Lucas is just about to begin. Thank you for watching and enjoy. The eyes of his father seemed to instantly grow a thin sheath of ice over them when he heard the words spill out of Lucas's mouth. His dad let go of his embrace on him, stood up straight and tall, and then directed his icy gaze at his mother standing just a few feet away. His mother's expression quickly changed from a happy smile to a thin frown when his father directed his obvious anger at her. Lucas couldn't understand this at all. He was the one who had blurted out by accident that he hated Susan and wished she was never born. So why was his father suddenly so angry at his mother? And more importantly, how could he ever convince his father that his mom was better than this lady named Susan if his own words that he hated Susan only made his dad so upset at his mom? "I'm sorry, Adam. Lucas was asking me why," his mother finally said in a shaky voice, but then it seemed as if she couldn't even finish her sentence. This was the first time Lucas could ever remember when his mother called his father by his first name. He knew his father's name was Adam, but hearing his mother say his name like that made Lucas feel as if his mother was treating his father like he was some stranger. How could everything be changing so much, Lucas wondered. How could his own father suddenly be someone his mother just knew, and not the man who she had been married to for so many years now, since before Lucas was born? Tears began to well up in his mother's eyes now, as his father just kept his own fierce gaze on her without a word. A heavy silence filled the room, and seemed to go on for a long moment before being broken by the heaves of his mother starting to cry. It seemed as if she was trying so hard not to cry, but somewhere her internal dam had cracked. His mother's crying was only so obvious because of the dead silence that had filled the room. Her quiet sobs didn't last long, however, and then she stopped and seemed angry at herself for crying as she wiped her tears with the fingertips of her open hands. "Are you mad at Mommy?" Ava asked, looking up at her father from the floor where she sat holding her Raggedy Ann doll like she was a newborn baby, rocking her back and forth gently. With his little sister's question, Lucas felt his own anger rise. He wondered if his father was angry for the same kind of reason. Maybe his mother annoyed his father in the same way that Ava annoyed him. It was not only a dumb question she asked, Lucas thought it was the absolute dumbest question ever. "Shut your mouth, Ava. Why do you have to be such a doofus?" Lucas snapped. "Yes, Ava, your daddy is mad at me because Mommy made a mistake," their mother said calmly. "Lucas, you apologize to your sister right this minute. She is your sister, and you don't talk to someone in your family with that tone. Do you hear me?" Their father finally seemed to relax his stare on their mother with this, and turned his head to look at Ava still rocking her doll on the floor. A little smile formed on his face as he watched her, seeming to be in a world of thought 100 miles away. "Sorry, Ava," Lucas said low, and with a hint of sarcasm he couldn't seem to help. Lucas still thought his sister was cute sometimes, but that she always seemed to say the dumbest things just to get attention. "It's okay, Lukey," Ava quickly answered. "I know you and Daddy get mad at Mommy and me because we are girls and because we are prettier than you crazy boys." This comment seemed to melt the cold feeling in the air after Ava said it because both his father and mother seemed to laugh wholeheartedly. This broke the tension so much that even Lucas couldn't help but to start laughing too as he looked at both of his parents hoping to see them smile at each other. That didn't happen, but it still felt better now as Lucas hated that feeling like he caused his father to not like his own mother. "Well, it's getting late, you two," his father said after he finally stopped laughing like what Ava had said was the funniest thing in the world. "We should get back to our old house and grab some dinner on the way home." "But Dad, which home is our home now? Is it this new one where Mom lives with us, or our old home where you still live?" Lucas couldn't help but ask of his dad. He felt very confused now seeing both of his parents in the same room after being away from his father for the past 2 weeks. Lucas loved both of his parents with all of his heart, and now it felt as if he was being pulled in two different directions, almost like when his little sister Ava and him both fought over the last cookie or brownie that was left. Sadness seemed to crawl into his father's eyes as he looked at Lucas in response to the question. "That's a very good question, Lucas, and I guess that you kiddos are both very lucky to have two different homes. How many of your friends can say that they have two homes instead of just one?" His father seemed to force a little smile with his reply, and Lucas had to admit that he had a pretty good answer to his question. Lucas and Ava both gave their mom a big hug goodbye after they had loaded their toys and clothes for the weekend in the back of their father's sport utility. Their mother had reminded them for the 100th time to be good and to make sure to remember to wash their hands before eating with both soap and water. Lucas recalled it all well, as their mom had been over it all so many times that he could almost recite his mother's words by heart. Washing your hands doesn't mean just running them under water and drying them off on your pants. It means washing them with both soap and water and rubbing your hands together and then rinsing all the soap off and drying them well on a clean hand towel. "I promise I will be good and wash my hands and be nice to Ava while we are at Dad's house," Lucas promised his mother before darting out the front door and getting into his side of the back seat of his father's SUV. His side was always on the same side as the steering wheel because Ava's car seat was on the other side, so whoever was driving could reach or hand her things easier as they were driving. The drive seemed to go by fast as his father seemed to be laughing and joking with Ava and himself as he drove. They stopped at the local burger joint on the way that was called Big Burger, and Lucas never forgot the name because all of the G's in the name were capital G's and stood for Greatest Grub in Gillette. Gillette was the name of the town they lived in, and the word grub meant food, his mother had always said, but his dad had always dismissed that with a laugh and said that grub was a German word for worms. Lucas had told his dad he wanted a double burger with onion rings and a Coke, and Ava had excitedly screamed out that she wanted her usual grilled cheese sandwich with French fries. Ava always made Lucas chuckle when she called the grilled cheese sandwich a soft cheese sandwich with no ucky ham and French fries. She also liked to get the lemonade at this place because it was squeezed fresh and even had little chunks of lemon floating inside of it. Both Lucas and his father got a pretty good laugh tonight when she exclaimed she wanted lemon maize to drink instead of lemonade. This weekend was going to be a little different than Lucas had imagined, however, and this was his thought immediately when he saw his dad pick up his cell phone and make a phone call as he pulled up to the drive-through order menu. "Hi, honey," his father had said into his phone, and somehow Lucas knew he wasn't talking to his mother, the only woman he had ever heard his dad call honey that way. He also said the words, "I love you," and "we will all be home with dinner in a few minutes," after he asked what she wanted to eat from the menu here at Big Burger. Lucas figured that he must have been talking to Susan, but he was very surprised to hear his father call her honey in that same tone as he used to say to his mother. He was even more surprised to hear him tell her on the phone that he loved her, which is something he never remembered him saying to his mom. Even stranger still, Lucas thought, was that Susan must have wanted a chicken salad deluxe because that's what his father ordered besides his own Philly steak sandwich and his and Ava's food. The reason that it seemed so weird is because the chicken salad deluxe was exactly what his mom had always asked for here. And that's the end of chapter 6. If you like this chapter, if you like this story, be sure you share this video. Be sure you like this video with a thumbs up. Be sure you leave comments below letting me know your thoughts. And make sure as well that you subscribe so that you get all my future videos, all the future chapters to this book. I want to thank you for watching. This has been Zaxter99 with my own original novel, A New Life for Lucas. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and have a good day or night. Take care.